Hi friends, Andy Vegan. Time for breakfast with fruit salad. And today I have one, I spontaneously came to my mind that bananas and apples should be the choice. I don't know why. Sometimes I just feel like something, apples and bananas it is. So here are 2 or 3 small bananas, about the same amount apple. Yeah, it's a small apple, it equals this one. Maybe a little bit more bananas, because I like my fruit salads based on bananas. Yeah, that's somehow the neutral element for many fruit salads, I would say. The other ingredients are either sweeter or sour, more soft, more crunchy. They're in the middle. And the apple is also kind of in the middle, but it is crunchier from texture and it has a balanced sweet and sour flavor. That's why one of the reasons why the apple is so favorable on the planet. Banana, I guess, has taken over now. I'm not sure. So the third ingredient, because I want to begin with 3 always on my recipes, because when I want to make a new recipe every single day to enjoy the endless vegan variety, then I need to begin with something that is not too simple, simplistic, can be too boring. And if you take 3 ingredients instead of 2, you have the leap in complexity. Figure it out, you can make the math. Here are walnuts, a handful of walnuts. One of the foods that is most important for longevity. Walnuts, berries, then tubers, some kind, like ginger, for example. Then was it kale, of course, the cruciferous cauliflower, kale, and so that these kind of things I have it all the time, and yeah, walnuts are on the top. So walnuts here, they have also a very important fat. It's called omega-3 fatty acid. We need that every day because the brain and the nerves, the system, very important, this special fat. And it's not in many ingredients in abundance. In walnut, it is. So the dressing, I make a dressing to make it a little bit more nutritious and more fun. And I use, these days, I use a cashew yogurt. I like to use a cashew yogurt. You see, I have a cashew yogurt. But I blend the banana into it because that makes the cashew yogurt more like a dressing. Here, cashew, showed another video how to make it. The link is under this one. You blend cashews and water 1:1, add a little bacteria culture. Overnight, you have your yogurt. The bananas, it's a wonderful fruit. That's one of the most fruit I buy. I get always bunches of bananas. They fit in everything. I can now snack them in between. I love bananas. But they're also very helpful for dressings, for example. And I found that this is a good way to make a yogurt dressing because I have been making yogurt for some time, and I put it on fruit salad as a classic, granola or so, of course. But it doesn't work as a dressing when you have this kind of heavy yogurt, like Greek yogurt or so, fat yogurt. But by the way, you can take any kind of plain yogurt, of course, for this. I love yogurt. It's super for the intestines. Intestines are also the seat of the immune system, 70% or so. So healthy gut, healthy yogurt. So here, cinnamon is today my yogurt dressing flavor. And I just have a teaspoon. And I do the blender dance with my Revo blend, German blender, high-speed blender. It's only available in Germany, I guess, and they don't ship it to the States or somewhere else. I'm not sure, but it's very good if you're here. Check it out. Revo blend, blender dance. Of course, this job is the easiest for the blender, just bananas and some yogurt. Well, any blender can do that. But it's nice to have a blender anyway. It's become my most important kitchen tool. And I see the texture is really nice. I'll show you in a second. Pour it over my fruit salad. You see, that's the kind of texture I would say is okay, you know, because the idea is that it goes all over the fruit salad and leaves no spaces open between the fruit and the nuts. I like it when they are all free to move, not stuck by a dressing that is too heavy or leaves spaces between the ingredients. The other way to make a dressing for a fruit salad is just sprinkle some lemon juice, and then you have also a similar effect. The fruit is somehow more together with this kind of easy dressing. It's not more nutritious, but it's fresher, it's easier. The fruit is usually characterized by sweetness, more or less sweetness. Some are a little bit more sour, and so there are many flavors in fruit, all flavors, but I would say the main characteristic is sweet. Fruit is sweet. And the lemon, also fruit and not sweet, but the lemon pushes that sweetness a little bit by being the opposite. Oranges, for example, are also sweet ideally, but they also have a strong bitter tone, especially when you blend bananas with oranges. You'll find pretty soon out that there is a bitterness to that. The smoothie with bananas and oranges, you might wonder why is that so bitter here. Both have a bitter tone. Oranges even stronger. And when they come together in the blender, it can be a little bit too much. Then you have to put something else into that smoothie, for example, dates to make it sweeter, sweetness, balance the bitter flavor, and so forth. I mean, if you are susceptible to that, some people don't mind. Some people like bitter as anything. They don't even notice. Okay, but if just in case, right? In case if you are sensitive to that, I think most people are. The bitter flavors are flavors that are usually made by plants to fend off eating enemies. Yeah, because nobody wants to eat bitter flavors. They don't want that. Bitter is the element also in the Ayurveda and the medicine for healing, cleansing. So there's a reason to it. But when you balance it nicely, it's the most wonderful flavor as part of the other four. Sweet, sour, hot, bitter, salty. I guess that's the 5. So that's my fruit salad here. You see, pretty much everywhere the dressing. Oops, here's a little bit of some space. Yeah, doesn't matter. But pretty much everywhere. But that's okay. Now I make my ice cream. It's a cherry ice cream. I'll show you in a second. 3 ingredients. Again, yeah, I begin with 3, but I can add any number, right? Each ingredient can also consist of 3 ingredients. So 1 ingredient can be 3. So when you have 3, you do the next step in the system, within the system. I mean, yeah, I don't need to make always systematic recipes, but to make a new recipe every single day, I use the system to make it easier to me. I have not to think so much. I just make the numbers and I know what I have to do. It's very simple, the method. Sounds weird, but check it out. I mean, so 1 ingredient has 3. That means 2 more, there are 5. So 5 would be the next step. So bananas and sour cherries, frozen. And important that they are frozen and get them from the freezer right away and not sitting outside the freezer too long, because shouldn't thaw too much. Here, sour cherries, frozen bananas, should be ripe when frozen. That's for the texture of the ice cream only. When they are really cold, I can make Blitz ice cream right away and scoop it right from the food processor, fill it with the ice plate. That's the tool for my ice cream, the Blitz ice cream. The blender works too, but it's more complicated. You have some difficulties with that. I tried it. It's possible, but well, you have to freeze again maybe before you scoop it. But this is perfect. If you have one, you're really lucky. But otherwise, yeah, try the blender. It's okay too. You get an ice cream, right? So bananas, they go in. No, need something. Scoop it. And the cherries, sour cherries, that means that is very nice for the bananas. They love the sour flavor. And then I have a cashew flour. That's a nice trick for banana ice cream or other fruits ice creams, because especially Blitz ice cream, where I cannot put liquids into it, which is just small amounts, not really, not like coconut milk or so when you have an ice machine. But the cashew flour does a similar job. It makes the ice cream really creamy. That's a wonderful trick. So Blitz blender dance for Blitz ice cream now. Have a look. I would say perfect. I check it out in a moment. Right now, take out the blades. Yeah, that feels great. I feel the resistance, the heaviness of the ice cream. It's cool. So now I can make my scoops. Oh yeah, perfect. It's, I mean, it was also a spontaneous idea to use cherry ice cream. The first thing was the bananas and the apples, of course, and then the walnuts, and then the cinnamon yogurt, and then the cherries are not far away because they're so nice with cinnamon, and I think that's a wonderful combination. Cinnamon has this earth flavor, this dry, sweet earth flavor, and the cherries they're tart a little bit, and they are a little bit rubbing against each other. And then you have this sweetness all around that. It's a sour cherry, but they're also sweet, of course, with the bananas and so forth. Then you have a really nice effect, nice balance on the bitter, the tartness here. It's a huge amount, but for breakfast it's good because when I eat mainly fruit for breakfast, I eat a lot of fruit. If I eat a granola, for example, when it's colder outside, granola, nuts and seeds and grains and so, I don't need to eat that much. It's very dense food. But the fruit is light, easy to digest, and I do have to eat a lot. So these portions are a little bit larger for breakfast, but when I eat that, this is my ratio. Sometimes I eat a little bit less, sometimes like that. But when I eat that, I feel full, and it's okay. It's okay for some time. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my video, subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Enjoy the endless vegan variety, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X.